Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. She almost did it, folks. Dawn Staley almost admitted that the Olympic Committee made a mistake in their snubbing of Caitlin Clark. So close. Let's dig in. But I tell you what, I have to say, I am surprised. I am surprised that she went this far. So kudos to Dawn Staley, because I give her a hard time for stuff for which I think she deserves it. So I got to give her a little bit of credit here because she didn't quite come out and say it, but she's gone a lot further than anyone else. And for those of you that don't know, Dawn Staley is actually part of the committee that selected Team USA. So let's dig into this a little bit. Dawn Staley, Caitlin Clark might make USA roster if we had to do it all over again. It's interesting how she words it, which we'll get into in a minute. As it says here, Dawn Staley, a member of the Team USA women's basketball team committee, believes Caitlin Clark's case for inclusion in the 2024 Summer Olympics would look different if the team were picked now. As a committee member, you're charged with putting together the best team of players, the best talent. Caitlin is just a rookie in the WNBA. Wasn't playing bad, but she wasn't playing like she is now. I'm going to get to the rest of this in a video clip as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed. If we had to do it all over again, the way that she's playing, she would be in really high consideration of making the team because she is playing head and shoulders above a lot of people. Shooting the ball extremely well. She is an elite passer. She has just got a great basketball IQ, and she's a little more seasoned in the pro game than she was 2 months ago. Yes, the pro game that she couldn't handle, the physicality, the reality is coming. But miraculously, just 2 months later, the roster was finalized on June 11th. Now, at the time, Clark was averaging 16.3 points, shooting 37.3%, 4.9 rebounds, 6 assists. Her production didn't make her a lock for Paris, and she had missed a critical training camp period in April. Now, I've talked a lot about that in previous videos. I think a video I did maybe yesterday, even if not the day before, where I talked about it, and I did it at another one at the time when this came out, and looked at her stats on June 11. I talked about just yesterday I did the video where I talked about all the ridiculous reasons they kept giving as to why she wasn't selected, and those reasons kept changing, which tells you that they really didn't have a legitimate basketball reason for it. They didn't want to tell you their real reason, so they had to keep coming up with different stuff, and hopefully something was going to stick and people would accept it. I mean, it even got to the whole like, oh, well, they were worried about her fans being upset if she didn't play a lot and nonsense like that. I mean, it was just absolutely ridiculous. Now, yes, would her candidacy look stronger if Team USA had more time? As it says here, in the 13 games after the cutoff, she's averaging 17.9 points and 10.4 assists. She's had the triple-double in a win against the best team in the league. She broke the single game assist record with 19. She had 10 assists, which was one short of the WNBA All-Star game record and the All-Star and on and on. So, yeah, of course. But again, I still go back and I did a video at the time that she was absolutely a candidate at the time. The excuse about the camp, I did a deep dive on that too. Saying that she wasn't at the final camp that you chose and knowingly put on Final Four weekend when Caitlin's on a team that had a good shot at going to the Final Four, that says a lot because you used it as an excuse. Because guess what? She didn't have to go to that camp. We'll go back to what Dawn Staley said about the committee being tasked with picking the best team and the best talent. Okay. Well, so it doesn't matter if they were at the camp or not. And there is no rule that says if they weren't at the camp, you can't select them. So again, that is an excuse. Now, and credit to the writer here who says this: one could argue USA Basketball should have picked Clark with the idea that her performance would naturally improve as she found her comfort zone on the court closer to the summer games. But of course, that didn't happen. And again, so the Phoenix Mercury's so what if Diana Taurasi has a wealth of international experience? This whole thing, look, I get in a sport experience matters to a degree. Yes. But to say that Diana Taurasi at 42 has to be selected because she has a wealth of international experience is absurd. And anyone says no idea what they're talking about, or they know they're just purposely lying because they don't want to reveal the real reason they don't think Caitlin Clark should be on the team. But let's take a look at this interview, and then we'll dive into some of the stuff that is said. Now, I've teed it up here. The first 16 seconds of the 58 seconds were him leading up to the question about what happened and why wasn't she selected and so forth. So let's dig into that.
Get into some clear air to see what happened.
Right. When as a committee member, you're charged with putting together best team of players, the best talent. Caitlin is just a rookie in the WNBA. Wasn't playing bad, but wasn't playing like she's playing now. If we had to do it all over again, the way that she's playing, she would be in really high consideration of making the team because she is playing head and shoulders above a lot of people, shooting the ball extremely well. I mean, she is an elite passer. She's just got a great basketball IQ, and she's a little more seasoned in the pro game.
In a couple of months.
Yeah, in a couple of months than she was 2 months ago.
That's great.
Okay, I want to go back because I just want to play the first part of that if I can find it. Let's see.
The way that she's playing, she.
Okay, go back a little further. Sorry about that. I meant to check off the time, but let's see.
Bad, but wasn't playing like she's playing now. If we had to do it all over again, the way that she's playing, she would be in really high consideration of making the team. Because
now that is the money quote for me that tells me, again, I gave her a little bit of credit, but I'm also going to call her on her ridiculous BS. There is no one who knows the sport of basketball and who is going to be objective who would say what Dawn Staley said. And that's what I mean. They cannot, even when they inch a little closer to saying something decent, they cannot get away completely from their hatred of Caitlin Clark. Right now, the player leading by a mile, leading the league in assists, who, as I said, had the triple double in the win against the Liberty, just set the 19 assists, the single game assist record with 19, and on and on and on, and all these things she's done. And they also have no point guard other than the very, very rusty, not 100% off an injury Chelsea Gray, who hadn't just started playing again for the first time since October. And Dawn Staley still can't say she would be on the team. She says she would be in high consideration to make the team. Not even, well, I shouldn't say this, but I was going to say not even the trolls in the comments could say the Caitlin Clark as of right now would not be on this Olympic team. But now a whole bunch of them are going to say it. But that's okay. Comments are good. YouTube likes them. But yeah, so
she is playing head and
I had to play this. I had to give my thoughts on it because in a lot of ways, in order to curry favor, the media is going to play this as, Dawn Staley doing this wonderful thing and admitting that, maybe they made a mistake and Caitlin Clark should be on the team. She never does say that. She says that Caitlin Clark, as of right now at the break, with how her numbers look and everything she's done, she'd be in high consideration. Not on the team, high consideration. Ugh. Now I feel like going back to the beginning of the video and editing out that part where I give her a little bit of credit. But let me know your thoughts on what Dawn Staley says, what you think about how the fact that she still couldn't bring herself to say she should be on the team, which is absolutely crazy to me. Absolutely crazy to me. But I want to know what y'all think about this. Let me know in the comments below. If you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. It helps out tremendously. I guarantee you those videos that you see that get like 1,200 views versus 12,000, that's because of what all of you decide you're going to comment and like and subscribe. YouTube goes, yeah, this one's good. We're sending this out to other people. They need to see it. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. Please be sure to like and subscribe before you leave this video, and I will talk to you later.